Good morning. It's very wet today, but it's actually a beautiful day. And I'll do the time. I've brought both phones with me today. I'll get there soon. It's 9:22 and it's the 2nd of January. And what day is it? Thursday? Yes, it is. And I want to talk about something, and it happened yesterday, and I hope it might help some people actually. Because yesterday, as I explained in a previous video, we were having a family dinner, and it was our Iranian or Persian side of the family that we were catering for yesterday. It was my nephew's 5th birthday. So we decided to make, it wasn't his birthday yesterday, that was on the 29th, but we were celebrating it yesterday. So we said to come to our house, and we were making traditional Iranian food. Well, Mustaf was. I was watching and being his Johnny, to his Fanny Craddock, if you get what I mean. So he was the chef, and I was the assistant, making sure his work surfaces were always clean and tidy, even though when I'm a chef, I do it myself. But, you know, I'm a woman and I can multitask. So that's great, isn't it? And I generally tidied up and got things ready, like the presents in the room and the banners and all the rest of it. So, we were having, the starter was a beautiful aubergine or eggplant, some people call it, which Mustaf did on the fire. He put wood on the fire so that it was pure. And then he did the aubergine, and he mixes those with onions, tomato paste, and then finishes it off with egg. It is beautiful. It's like a pate. Absolutely beautiful. And that was with Iranian dried bread, which is very much like a cracker. Lovely. And then the main course was duck and turkey, a small turkey, which Mustaf roasted. And then he made pheasantjan, which is pomegranates paste and walnuts ground together. And believe me, it's delicious, absolutely delicious. And he did that with saffron rice and salad. And then we had a beautiful cake. We get cakes from Latvia and Lithuania and Russia. And they are absolutely beautiful cakes, and they don't actually taste anything like English cakes. Which is why we sell so many of them, because people from Eastern Europe and Russia do not actually like English cakes very much. Well, the people that we have talked to and our experience. So we had this beautiful cake called a serenade. And the serenade is apricot with hazelnut cream and dark chocolate. And the attention to detail in the icing is amazing. It's ribbons that actually look like they're really ribbons, but they are in fact made of chocolate. Now you see, that is so tempting, isn't it? I would need to pull my trousers up though. Come on, trousers, up you go. Just a little bit. Let's get in this. Let's get in it, shall we? So, woohoo! Squodge, squodge, squidge. Ew. It is freezing. Woo. We just have to be careful because we don't actually know what's under there. So there we go. That was lovely. So yes, we had this fantastic meal. I tidied up, which was good. And we all got ready to party. So then, the dinner was at 2 o'clock. At 2:30, when the starring party hadn't arrived, in other words, the birthday boy and his entourage, I said to my staff, maybe you should ring them. Now, there is a difference between Western time and Asian time. And I have talked about this before. It's through time and in time. And most people in the West are kind of through time. So they have timelines that have past and a future, and they sort of see it all in front of them. So it means they're generally early for appointments. They remember when they've got to be somewhere. And people who are in time generally are late. And, you know, they're going to be there. If they said they're going to meet you in the afternoon, they will. But it might not be at a precise time because it's not that important. So we kind of debated that for a moment. And then my staff decided to ring him, and his brother wasn't coming. No. And it could have been, the whole day could have been ruined, because we could have kind of had a scream and a shout and, you know, called them all the names under the sun and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, we don't actually know what's going on in other people's lives. And it could just be that it was nothing personal to do with us. Maybe it was an internal thing within the family. Maybe Musa and Mindy, his wife, had some kind of an argument. Maybe things had gone on that they couldn't talk about there and then on the phone. Maybe they knew we already had guests there who spoke Farsi and they didn't want them to know what was going on. But what I'm trying to say is this: we ended up having a really nice time. Mustaf was obviously a little miffed. Well, to be honest, at first he was really angry. And it's kind of going through and talking to people and not feeding that anger. Because I've seen this in lots and lots of times with people. Say something like that happens. And I went through to Mustaf and said, well, isn't that just typical? Yeah, we've spent all bloody day working on that food. And, you know, they just don't understand it. And it's cost us money. Money. We could have been doing other things today. We didn't want to cook this. This was for them. Do you know what I mean? Which would have been like putting dry wood onto his fire. Yeah. So we didn't do that. I didn't feed his anger. Because you need to try to see that it's not directed at you and it's not personal. And actually the person who our thought should have been with was Armin. I mean, how do we know that he didn't actually do something? Now, see there? That is a woodpecker hole. I've never seen that before. How amazing. See the air hole above it? Diddy, doo-doo. The old woodpecker. And like in the end, we did have a lovely time. And our guests left a bit early because I think it did kind of have an impact. As much as you try not to let it have an impact. Do you know something? Oh, there they are. I thought my dogs had deserted me. Right, so we've got to climb over this tree now. Honey says, I'll show you how to do it, Mum. You just go over that bit and over that bit, and there you are. There we are. Yeah, so I think we need to think about this, because I don't think it was a personal thing at all. But I do know, and I have heard and have done it myself, when we kind of hear something, we've been expecting something, it doesn't go the way that we had planned, and that word's really important, our planning. We think if we plan, it's infallible, and you know, it has to happen. And of course, the universe is a lot more powerful than we are. But anyway, just to let you see that, you know, sometimes we do actually fuel people up. We do instigate the riot, if you like. You know, we're there at the back. And I don't remember. I don't know, sorry. Not remember. I don't know if you ever watched the film with Jodie Foster in it. I'm trying to remember what it was, but she was actually raped. If you remember this film, I can't remember the name of it. But it was a very good film because the people who were in the room, standing around, kind of observing, watching, and then feeding the frenzy, were also charged. And this is what we do sometimes. We see someone is on the edge. We can see that they are frustrated, angry, enraged almost, but within. And instead of actually allowing that to be expressed at almost a contained level, and then work through it and bring the person down so that they can actually enjoy the rest of their day and can see that, you know, it was nothing to do with them as a human being. It was just circumstances in the life of the other people, in the lives of the other people. We can bring them down and we can change it around so that we can still have a good time. It might not be the brilliant time that we'd planned with games and laughter and, you know, children, but we can still have a good time. And we can also send our love to those other people, you know, the ones we feel that are trying to hurt us deliberately. And they don't never take our feelings into consideration, you know, and all that bollocks. Just send our love to them, because for whatever reason, do you think they really didn't want to come for such a stupendous meal? No, me neither. And I think we need to think about that. And we do this not just with families, we do this with countries as well. You know, we can actually meet someone in the street, say, and they might start talking to you about, oh, this bloody situation in such and such a place and blah, blah, blah. And instead of you maybe acknowledging what they're saying and then just generally manoeuvring the conversation to focus on something a bit more lovely, we actually, oh, I know. Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me. Oh, I thought that made me so angry. Oh, one of my friends. Well, wait till do you hear this? And we just kind of add to it. And human beings are so good at embellishing stories or truths. Hello. It says I'm doing a dance. Here's my partner. We'll dance for you together. How lovely. Dance or dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? What a perfect night for love. Oh, they're all around. They're saying this is our ballroom. Yeah, so I think we need to pay attention to this and just realise that when we actually do that, we're not only setting that person up to have a really shitty time, but we're also contributing to the general crap that's going around, and then we get involved in embellishing it too, and we probably have a rubbish day as well. So I think it's about, I learnt something yesterday about because inside me, oh hello, can you see all of these little, look, they're all saying we're dancing for you because we love you. Here's our nursery with all our babies. I hope you can see the babies. You know, because yesterday, it would have been so easy for me to have stamped my little toes and kind of said, oh, I've just spent all day, which of course is a lie. This is how we do it, because it hasn't been all day. All day goes on for like 12 hours. Do you know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's Kit. No, it's my friend with her doggy. So, anyway, just observations really. Oh, it is cold. Underfoot. I'm going to take my mum out today. We're going to go to the memorial park for a while. Let's go this way, girlies. And then she's going to come back to mine and we can just sit and relax. And I'm going to do us a lovely leftover meal. And the leftover meal will include saffron rice, duck and turkey breast. I'm thinking maybe some mushrooms, some peppers, some lovely red and green and yellow peppers, and doing a lovely salad with it. Because actually I never used to think of having salad with a cooked meal, but since I've been with Mustaf, they have salads with everything. And of course it kind of helps towards that 60-40 balance, 60 cooked and 40 raw, which means that you shouldn't have any problems with your stomach, digestion or liver losing enzymes to do the work that the raw food does naturally. Hey ho. Right, so I think I'm going to go. My intuition wasn't correct and Kit never turned up. And I think I'm going to leave it at that now. I think sometimes if you're meant to meet someone, it happens so easily. And maybe Kit and I aren't meant to meet. Not yet anyway. Ho ho. Right, so let's get up on this bank. And I still haven't shown you any of the faces on the trees, have I? I need to do that. But I probably won't be coming here for a while, guys. Like I say, they're doing roadworks. You see me? They're doing roadworks on the Kenilworth Road, so I'm not going to be coming down that road for a while. And they say at least 8 weeks. So, keep looking up, guys. You never know what you might see. And remember to enjoy life, live it. Especially if you feel you've been let down by someone. Honestly, don't take things so personally. We all have stuff go on in our lives, and sometimes even when we're looking forward to something so much, another thing can happen and just make us think, oh, do you know what I'm saying? And it's not that we're thinking I'm going to upset this person, or I don't care how much time and effort that person's put in. It's just we're feeling slightly wounded and just need to take time. That's all. So, I'll catch you again. So from Honey, who's there, she's saying there might be something interesting. Look at that. Look at the light through those leaves. It's beautiful. And it'd be nice to just let the sun give me lots of kisses today. I see that bloke keeps looking. I don't know if that is Kit or not, because it's not my lady friend. I was wrong. She doesn't have a spaniel for a start off, but it looks like he might be coming down this way to see me. So I'm going to turn off the camera, keep looking up. I love you all, and I'll catch you again, hopefully tomorrow. And from my feet, it's goodbye. Bye.